It's me. Anybody out there? Thought I'd go live. See, nobody's in here yet. I know there's several people live right now, like Pulpy and Are You Serious? So, if nobody's in the next few, I will stop the live and do it another day. Anybody? Just thought I would say hallelujah. Foodie has been demonetized. She has been producing a lot of December content the last 3 years. Not by her own doing, but by others. Thank goodness. Cheapmas, December 28th, 23. And now demonetization, December 10th, 2025. See, there's one person in here. Would you please say hi? Say hi, so see if the chat's working. I would appreciate it. Can you guys hear me? Or can you hear me? Well, I know Are You Serious is on right now. And Pulpy is live right now. And I am on late, and I didn't post it until late that I was coming live. And if you want to go see them, it would not hurt my feelings whatsoever. Because we all know I am a horrible live streamer. Hi, Land Designer, how are you? I will say, I am walking, and it has dropped 11 degrees where I'm at. It was 51 degrees at like 7 o'clock. Now it's like 40. Well, not 20 degrees. I'm exaggerating. I had to put on my little hat. I look like Foodie, unfortunately. So, clips earlier with, oh yeah, those, that hair, can you believe the hair? Oh my gosh, if you could put her in your hand and like rub her, or like a pencil, roll her around in your hands, her hair would stand up like a troll. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Dashing Deed, how you doing? That haircut, she should have just shaved it off. Oh my gosh. My autistic son ran into my bedroom because I was laughing so hard. He was like asking me what the hell was I was laughing at. And that was that. That hairdo was that haircut was killing me. Do you guys think that she cut it while the camera was off? Or do you think that she did it earlier before the live stream? I'm huffing and puffing because I'm walking. I've already done 2 miles before I came on, so that's what's going on. I'm trying to get my 13,000 steps in today. I cannot believe she's demonetized. Goose live this morning was hilarious. Yaba's was hilarious. Rose's tarot reading was great. I don't think I have ever seen a group that has been torn apart like Girl World party together and go in and out of people's chats like they have been probably the last 24 hours. It is crazy. Land designer, 13,000 steps, yes, that's what my goal. I have this year, last year I was doing like 16,000, and this year has been not very kind to me. Personal reasons, no big deal. So I've had to stop walking. I went from last year 220 to 154, and I'm back up to almost 200 pounds, and I cannot do that. So I am pushing myself to do that again. We don't want to be like Foodie or ALR, QLR. We Okies feel the earthquakes when ALR moves. We get it. So what do you guys think about the demonetizations of all the girls so far? I would like to hear your all's comments. I want all of us to laugh and have a good time. You guys, each and every one of you guys make me laugh, so I would like to hear you guys' theories. I mean, I left one of my theories on my community post. I think Foodie and Rev are getting together, and he's been texting her, and that's why she's getting all the messages. She doesn't need to go on international Tinder anymore. She can go to Rev. Shanny's trained that boy. That's just my shitty theory. What do you guys think? Court case with, oh yeah, they're cleaning house, scrubbing, and kicking everybody out. I know Hungry Fat Chick hasn't been demonetized, but man, she is, every time I've watched her, she is like one of the nicest people in the whole world. I mean, I can't see her doing anything like to the extreme of, you know, ALR, QLR, or even Foodie. Land designer, I'm joking. I don't, Rev and Foodie, I don't think Foodie would touch her or touch him in a minute. But Rev, I think he would drop everything if he could. And, well, he couldn't drop Shanny, because that would be physically impossible. And run to Canada. Man, people have been playing retro things of Shanny and Rev through the years, and those retro ones of her when she was living with her mom and dad, and her today. People would not, if they haven't been around, would be shocked. Shani looks completely different than what she did back then. I mean, I don't know. She's gumming all of her food, and those two front teeth, damn. I'm surprised they haven't jumped out and walked off. And Foodie, I do have to recommend the Charlie Gold dropped a video today, and she dropped the receipts on Foodie about her saying that, you know, she doesn't need this for money, and now she's begging for it. Foodie is such a liar. I mean, my gosh. Even the Cuba Rage. She said that she was making $50,000 a month. She doesn't need us. She just is going to manipulate the hell out of us, and we would just follow her. Her beezers are dropping out 2 by 2. People are coming in 4 by 4. Now look at her. God finally found someone who's not begging for gifts. Oh, really? I have to go check out Charlie's video. Oh, I'm the land designer. This video that she dropped, it's the edit that she uses for her lives, and she usually drops them, and you just sit there and watch it, and then she'll go over it the next day. She shows the receipts on this shit that Foodie pulls, and it's great. It is great. Louise, I am sorry. I cannot. Pinelius. God finally found someone who's not begging for gifts. Who's that? Dashing Deed, are you still in here? I stopped to get a drink, and I'm about to start walking again. So, what do you guys think about Foodie? Do you think she's going to get it back? Do you think she turned in her rebuttal? Because, last night in the first one, she said that she didn't send in a rebuttal. But the second one, she was high as a kite. She said that she sent in the rebuttal. I think she sent in a rebuttal already. Stoned as a kite. Or high as a kite, stoned. And she's not... If she sent it in stoned, her rebuttal stoned, she's not going to get her channel back off that. Oh, you think she did it? You think she did it too late, land designer? What do you mean she did it too late? I watched a little bit of No Madness live. Hey, Seafood Pie. Happy Demonetization Day to you, too. I saw a little bit of a No Madness live chat and stream. Usually at that time, I'm in and out cooking dinner and stuff, so I didn't get to watch the whole thing. And I came in on the last part of that conversation. So what's the deal? Why do you guys think she did it too late? I think she's on the couples channel and it hasn't been demonetized is because that was the Beezer Show's channel. And that was made, 2 years ago? And I think that's under an LLC on a business account. Totally different account than Foodie's real account. Or personal account, I should say. That's why I think she thinks she's safe. Does that make sense? Because I do remember her talking about doing that. Is already demonetized. When Metis was fighting a strike, they emailed, told her to send appeal within 7 days. Okay. I think that and this are two totally different things, because I've heard about that land designer. I heard about that kind of appeal from other, but the way that each of the girls have said, and I think with garlic bread, that they had to make this one, they had to make a, what's it called, a video and have bullet points and all this stuff of why they should not be demonetized. I think this what's it called, process is a little bit different, because I got a strike once and I had to, within a 7-day period, like what No Madness did. Mine was fortunately went my way, but it wasn't that in depth. I'm never been monetized, so I don't know about not losing it or losing it like the others, because I will never be monetized. I wonder why she's... Okay. Foodie alluded to not seeing her email. Oh, okay. That's another... That's a good point, land designer. Seafood pie, I will tell you, one of the things Foodie has said in the last week that she thought she was safe from being demonetized was because she's smaller than ALR and QLR, and that is why she's safe. Well, it wasn't because of their size. We all know that. We've been telling those 3 people for years, it's not because you're fat. Hell no, we wouldn't. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I don't give a flying rat's ass if you're fat. If you're honest and don't scam people like she did, like Over the Kitten in Kuwait, or Sasa in Syria for money, or getting that $10,000 to get back, or chase a crackhead across Canada. And mind you, I'm like everybody else. I do not like him, but you don't go to the cops and lie about shit. That's completely wrong. You don't do that to anybody. Okay, what the hell's that working out for? Exactly. I honestly think, okay, people say 450 to 550. I think she's 550. I mean, after seeing her chins, I think those chins, it's not like she has 2 chins, 3 chins. It is, she is filled, you know how most people have like double chins and the rolls? That fat has filled out, and it's like her fupa balls. But one, it's just filled out, and I just think she's 550. You guys think that she'll get it back in 90 days, 3 months? Oh my gosh, I do have to say, Goose was cracking me up this morning. I don't think I'd ever seen somebody that happy. Man, that was a riot. You don't think so, Seafood Pie? Land Designer, are you freezing yet? Because I know I'm not far from you, and I'm walking and my legs are freezing. Oh my gosh, has anybody kept up with the Shani and Rev saga? Can you believe Shani deleted Rev's monetized channel? Oh my gosh. The poor people that are in watching everybody's channel, and then for Foodie and ALR, and they switch over to Shani and them, Rev, I'm sure they're having a culture shock. Oh my gosh. When I first started watching Girl World, that was who I first started watching, was her and Truthfully Trisha reaction channels. And then kind of switched over because I was just shocked at the shit that her and Rev would do. I'm inside getting my oh, Land Designer, I get you. This is about the, if I'm not walking, this is about the time I'm taking a shower and doing my skincare routine. Luckily, or hopefully I should say, my grade 8 used to buy me all my skincare, and she used to get it from QVC and have it shipped to my mom's house. And she'd passed away 5 years ago, and she had paid up for so much stuff that for the last 4 years after she died, I had stuff still shipped to my parents' house. Well, I'm finally running out of it, and I never knew how expensive that sucker was. You know, the soap that she would send me and the under eye stuff. I'm gonna have to do a foodie and start begging on the side of the road in Tulsa for it, because it's, man, but that's okay. I'll have to find something else. It's not cheap at all. The only reason why she would do it, Land Designer, is because we used to have the exact same skin type, and she would get it like a deal. And every time there was a deal, and it was usually like 3 to 6 months that they would have a deal on it, like buy one get one free package, and it was like since she was a huge QVC buyer, she had like, oh, was it called points stacked up or something like that? And she would have like 1 cent to me for like, and then 1 cent to her. So that's why. I mean, she couldn't use it all. Oh, seafood pie. Oh my gosh, there is no way in hell I would grift for stuff like that. The only thing I would ever grift for is for my kids, and that's it. My kids are the most important thing in the world, and Foodie has never had to learn or prioritize anything else besides herself. Neither has Shani, and Shani's had kids, and that's sad. QLR has never had to prioritize shit in her life because it's only her. ALR, we all know about her. Land designer, what do you recommend at the dollar store for the cleansers? Because the cleanser is the one that I'm pretty much running out of. And if I was there, I would tell you what it is. But I mean, I was shocked. I was looking it up the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I could buy a pair of work boots for my kid. Yeah. It's weird, I don't have kids, but ain't no selfish and tolerant. Yeah, seafood pie. I mean, I come from a large family, and my mom's one of 6 kids. And there's like, I have an aunt that didn't have kids. I have, right now, there's 9 cousins. And my oldest cousin's 2 years older than me. And then my youngest cousin, she was 20. I was 23 when she was born. So there's only 2. Okay, my cousin had 5 kids. I had 2. Then the very next one, my oldest or youngest one is 19. And the very next kid was born when he was 10. So there's a big gap. But you don't need to have kids to know how to prioritize stuff. You just need to have somebody or something more important in your life to prioritize. And none of them has ever had to do that. And in the favor auntie, it cost me a fortune in birthday presents, I tell you. Oh, seafood pie. I was the baby for 11 years on one side and 16 years on the other side. And I am so thankful for my aunts. Because I'm an only child. And my parents would always tell me no. I wasn't a spoiled kid, only child. So my aunts would always spoil me. And it was great. But when I went home, the hand of no came down on me. Hey, Blondie. How you doing? They have a couple of good ones. I use the 2 cleanse method one of the makeups and another one for deeper clean, one makeup remover. It's called Essential Ageless Collagen Cleanse and Smooth and Lift. Okay, I will look into that. My small town has a Dollar General, and then the one up the street has a Dollar General and a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree. And I'm going to go to Tulsa this weekend, and the Dollar Tree on my favorite place to go in Tulsa is Brookside, and their Dollar Tree is awesome. They have like shit there that no other place in Tulsa has. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get back to Foodie and the girls. Thank you, Land Designer. And Foodie, or Blondie, I've missed you. Milky was wondering how you were doing because she hadn't seen you in a while. I just thought I'd tell you that. And Blondie, I know there's a couple of communities that I sit in and watch, and I've watched for a couple of years. And I've noticed the last probably year you've been popping in and out. And there's been a lot of drama in that, at least one of those communities. And it's been wild, hasn't it? For the second cleanser, I really like the Hydro Plus pump. The clear pump, okay. That one is a dupe. I might have to look for something on this. Neutrogena always dries me out. I have a strange skin type, but I'll look into that too. I'll even at least try it once before I say no completely. Okay, Foodie's done, in my opinion. Her heyday's over. Yes, her heyday's over. I think since she took off her hijab today or tonight, I think they both had a fight last night because I think Salah, it finally hit him that she is actually demonetized. She is not going to be making as much money as she was, which wasn't as much as she was before she went to Kuwait. And I think he kind of told her, you're not coming back. And I think that's why she took off her hijab today. The 5,000 milligrams of THC is starting to come out of her system, and it's starting to dawn on her. And I swear she's going to have a rage this weekend when that stuff is coming out of her system. Carlotta Lotta, what's up? What's up? Food is too lazy to save her channel. I agree. You know, since she went away to Kuwait, she lost any, and I mean any ambition at all. I mean, hell, even during Crackhead Olympics, she had an ambition to chase after dishwasher, Koki, whatever you want to call him. She had ambition to turn his ass in. She had ambition to at least do something wrong. Rage right before. Yes. But hell, she had ambition to go out and find Salah to marry and to fly across the world. But but by the end of the first year, her ambition is left. And Salah did something to her in a totally different way than Koki did. And like everybody else says that once he says, hell no, you're not coming back, there's one of two ways that she can go. Get depressed, cry and do nothing, or she can get up, get motivated, and glow out. And we all know where she's going to go. She'll probably rage for a little bit and then curl up and not do anything. Channel 24, hi girls, have you talked about what will happen to reaction channels yet? I don't want any of my faves to get taken down like Amberlynn and Chantel just because they're reaction channels. In my opinion, and I've heard other reactors talk about this, they've already started taking down the content that they think would be struck or looked at wrong. You know, I would say about 90% of the reactors out there that are monetized are smart. And they know what could and could not happen because of this. And they will take care of their channel and they will pivot to somebody else. And right now, they're just trying to clean up their channels and do what YouTube tells them to do. Tell me, am I looking at it wrong or am I right? I mean, I think that's my opinion. Tell me your all's opinion, please. She will put Pete's card again. He's moving in again. Did she just say that, Carlotta Lotta, that he is moving in? Because I know people are saying that he's been laid off until February, but I know, and I've heard other people say that are from Canada, that a lot of companies take winter breaks around Christmas time. I mean, it's a layoff, but it's really not a layoff. That's just the way those companies work. And if he moves in with her, or if it does come out that they're moving in together, then the Salah thing might be true, that they got in a fight last night about the monetization. He's used to her. Okay, let's see. Let me catch up to. Give me a second. I'm walking in my truck really quick. Okay, okay, read that. She will pull. Okay, I misread that, Carlotta. Sorry. I misread that. I was walking and talking, and I'm glad I wasn't chewing gum too. I just wonder if YouTube is looking to penalize Amberlynn and Eugenia Cooney for creating the content versus penalizing people for showing clips of it and its sticky situation. You know, I haven't heard. See, I've never been monetized because I've never had 1,000 subscribers and never had enough watch hours to be monetized. So I cannot tell you beyond just my opinion about this stuff. But many of these creators have been here on YouTube and in Girl World, and heard Yaba say today that back in 18, 9, um, 8, 2018, that YouTube went through a big change as well, kind of like this. And most of the reactors, all they had, but it was about cussing. And all the reactors really had to do was go back and, you know, take out the streams that had a lot of it in it, or they would go in and edit their streams. And none of them really had problems except the ones that would not change, like Foodie. So I think a lot of them, I don't think YouTube could penalize the ones that are not willing to change and follow what they give them. But the 3 girls that got demonetized are not willing to change, unwilling to look at the bigger picture, unwilling to do what they need to do. Okay, Carlotta. Seafood pie. Pete's got no job. Okay, till at least February. He no use to her. He broke it. Well, yeah, he's laid off. Carlotta Lotta. I was just joking. I reread it or read it wrong. I'm sorry, Carlotta. I was walking and talking. Thank goodness I was not chewing gum. And got the 1,000. I'm working watch hours now. Good for you. I am proud of you, Carlotta Lotta. You know, I'm just a short creator, and you know, getting to 1,000 subs and the watch time at the same time is very hard. And you know, I'm doing this just for fun, and you know, I kind of fell into watching Goose Chuck and everybody back in the day, and started watching you guys back in 2020, and then back again when my husband was in the hospital in 23. Yeah, and I just fell in love with you guys, and I just decided to make a short because I do everything off my phone. I don't have a computer, and it's just easier to edit stuff like that. So I do it for fun. I am never going to make money off this. I release some of my frustrations, and if those 3 girls would get their passion back and just do it for fun and get to know people in this community, they would enjoy themselves. But they take things way too serious. And I think as they get older, things will change. But, you know, they're all fucked up. So they will never understand that if you have a passion and you enjoy it and you do it for a job, you're going to make the money no matter what. And if they really wanted to keep their channel going, they would have followed the rules. And they didn't follow the rules, so fuck them. Okay, let me see. Going back to read. It's all good. Okay. QL drives me nuts, but kudos to her. She's still using her. Exactly. I mean, she's the only one out of the 3 that's willing to at least try. I mean, she's annoying as hell, but she's at least trying. And didn't she get a job today or yesterday? And she's the only one that's had a job in the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, my gosh. Okay, curl up. I love shorts and react to my faves. Okay. Hey, Emma. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming and listening. Seafood Pie, thank you. Yellow Moon, thank you. Foodie will always be lazy, and so will, ALR. I am just, at this point, I am pissed off at ALR because I live in the exact same state as ALR. And born and raised in Oklahoma. If you hear me muffled, I'm in my car getting me something more to drink. Was born and raised in the northeast part of the state. And there is so much to do, so much history in this state that if she would even get out and about, she's not even she can walk to the Oklahoma City bombing memorial and do a short on that or do a video on that. I mean, my gosh, that is like a huge part of history. She could take her people to an Oklahoma City Thunder basketball game. And mind you, they are national championship basketball team. They won it this year. Oklahoma City has a hopping nightlife. People would be shocked. Oklahoma City's getting part of the Olympics in 2028. They're LA's having the Summer Olympics. She could talk about that and show you why we are getting the softball and the other things for the Olympics here. I mean, there's so much she could talk. We got the Cowboy Hall of Fame here. Okay, sorry. I'm bragging. But they have so much that they could do, but they are too damn lazy to do it. Has ALR been on? I think she's this past, at least within the last 7 days, I saw Karina Kaboom say that she came on, but I didn't get to watch the her reaction to it. But I think she's been on once in the last 7 days. I'm in Florida. I'm a transplant originally from Maryland. Cool. I had a Carlotta Alata. When I graduated from college, I got my degree in gerontology, and I wanted to move out of Oklahoma for a while, just, because I've been here all my life. And one of my first job offers was to one of the hospitals in Baltimore. I wish I would have taken it, but I didn't. Yes, she sucks at showing people the state. Yes, she does. The friend, how are you? Hell, I live in a nudist resort, and I still go live and around just no naked. You really do, Carlotta, Lotta? That is crazy. I did not know. Did not know that. I know that Oklahoma has a nudist colony. I know that shocks people, but I know that they do. Seafood. I will honestly say America has some of the coolest places to visit. By the time I was 18, I've been to 48 states, 10 different countries. And before I die, I want to go to Alaska and Hawaii. But I love this country and I love the states. They have amazing things to see. I mean, the Grand Canyon, the Golden State Bridge, they're the Appalachian Mountains. I mean, those are the prettiest things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's crazy. She could show them Merid, the gardens, the art museums with the hell yes land designer. I mean, my gosh. I mean, people would be surprised at like Gilcrease, Philbrook, and Tulsa. I mean, those are two of the most amazing art museums that we have in the state. The stars are amazing right now. I moved after my husband died. It's crazy, fast-paced life for sure. Yes, I do. I knew this. You never know who's a girl world. So, it's all good, and none of us live forever unless I really want to go to Alaska, do the train trip to see the lights. I agree. Land designer and I live in like the same. Let me start my watch again. Give me a second. We live in the same state. And, I mean, not close to each other, but in the same regional part of the state. And, I was shocked. We had this, Northern Lights. You could see the Northern Lights like a month ago in the state of Oklahoma. I mean, because of the sun flares, the crazy sun flares that was going on, that was the coolest thing in the whole world. I mean, really, it was. We're in the middle of the state, and you get to see the Northern Lights. And I'm sure land designer saw them. Alaska. I would love to see Alaska. I would love to do the, what's it called? The cruise to Alaska. I will just warn you guys. Like I said, I live in a small town. And every once in a while, since I'm walking the high school parking lot, if it's a new cop, he will stop and ask me what the hell I'm doing. But if it's not a new cop, they just keep going. So if I pause it, that's probably what's going on. It's such a small town. My autistic son graduated in May. He had 12 kids in his class. So, let's see. Well, seafood pie. I'm in stunning New Zealand. So if anyone comes over, come say hi. Seafood pie, that is probably one of the countries I would love to see. And if I ever make it over there, I sure as hell would hunt you down. Yep. The northern lights visible from here. Crazy. Cape Florida. Where? What is part of Florida is Cape Floral or Coral? Is it on the east, the Atlantic, or the Gulf side, or is it north, south? The only places I've been in Florida has been what's it called? Sarasota and Tampa. You live in a small rural town too? Okay, now our town has a little bit more than 400 people. I think the whole school from preschool to high school, there's like 500 kids, but it does take up a little bit further out. But we do have cows in town, so I understand. Okay, southwest Gulf side, hot as balls. So, okay. You know, if the girls would ever just get out and just show. I mean, even, I'm not saying they're block or whatever. I'm saying show their people, their country, or their city, or something. Then they would probably get monetized. I mean, instead of sitting down and going to every buffet in the state, nobody wants to see that. They want to see what's going on, see what's happening in different parts of the world, because most of her subs will never be able to see a different state or a different country or whatever. They want to do something different. It's 47 right now, but hell and summer. Okay. Carlotta, I do have to say, the worst sunburn I ever had was in Florida. We Okies are used to heat and humidity. And like I said, I've lived in Oklahoma my whole life, but I've always loved the beach. I've always loved the beach. I've always loved the ocean. I've always loved the lake. Anything about water, I've loved. And we spent a day at the beach. And I, spent the day in the water, spent the day laying out. I got burnt to a crisp and got sun poisoning because I was not used to no humidity. And there was no humidity at all. I mean, the wind was coming off. It was great. And luckily, I have, I don't know if you guys know this, but Oklahoma has a large indigenous population because, Trail of Tears, ended in Oklahoma, and a lot of us have some blood, Indian blood, and I have got I'm an eighth Indian, and the rest German, so I've got enough indigenous blood in me that I do not stay burnt for very long. So luckily, by the next day, I was better, but That night I was throwing up, sicker than a dog, because my German skin could not take it. If Foodie had any brain, she would go on a road trip and show Canada. She would make a fortune. Oh, you know what? I agree with the people that said that she needed to get a van. And I'm not saying do the van life, but to travel across Canada. Because, we Americans, we've gone to most of us have gone to Canada, or a lot of us have, but we only go to particular spots in Canada. But, like Calgary or Montreal or Toronto. But if she would show, drive across the country and show us the beauty of Canada, there would be people that would want to go there and go visit places that, that we've not heard of. I would. I mean, if she would show them, I would definitely would want to go visit Canada and the places I've never heard of. Okay. I go to different places. About to try and go. Okay. Time's bad. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm trying to catch up on. We have big hole in the ozone layer over New Zealand. Our sun is fierce AF. People. Okay. People don't realize how harsh it is. Okay, my aunt lived there back in the late 70s. Never went, just remember them talking about her, but they did move back to Maryland when they still till this day. Where do they live, Carlotta, Lotta, your aunt? Mind you, like I said, I have a very large family. My mom's one of 6. My dad is the middle child of 3. But my mom's the second oldest, the oldest girl. Mind you, people think Oklahomans are hillbillies. They think we're all racist because the state is red, Republican. That we're all idiots, uneducated. And we're hateful. Mind you, I'm not going to talk politics or anything, but that's what people throughout the U.S. thinks of us. But many of us are educated. Many of us are traveled. Mind you, my uncle lived in Savannah, Savannah, Georgia, and was the postmaster there. My mom graduated Tulsa University and had an art degree. I graduated college as a gerontologist. I used to work with old people. My mom's younger brother lived in California for like 20 years with his, 15. I have cousins that lived in New York City and just moved back. Found his husband there who'd never been to Oklahoma, and he was from Maryland. And he fell in love with it and decided that they wanted to move to Oklahoma. People would be surprised if they would just travel the states that they've heard bad about, they might love. And ALR has an opportunity to show people one of those states. And it's sad that she hasn't. But we all know she's a lazy fuck. Oh, damn, I've walked right by it the whole time. I just found a quarter. Huh? Chantel is a lazy fuck. And she could have showed us all Ottawa. I've never been to Ottawa. It would have been nice to see Ottawa. But all she wants to do is eat up edibles. But can I say that hair tonight was priceless. She should have just shaved that sucker all the way off. In all honesty, she looked better bald. Seafood pie, I don't think she's changed platforms because she doesn't have PayPal. She's been kicked off PayPal, and most platforms like TikTok and I think a few others only pay out in PayPal. I'm one of those people that believe do not touch the poo, and I don't call on people. I think the only time I've ever called, if anybody ever knew or remember, Love Notes for TLC or Letitia. The only time I ever called was when she first was out and about, and she did a counseling session with her 80-something-year-old counselor, and what the counselor was encouraging her to do was completely wrong. She did it in person and then one over the phone, and she lived in Arkansas, probably about a few hours away from me, and I called the state's board for licensed counselors and reported that, and that's the only time, because first of all, he had other patients and he was affecting her badly, encouraging stuff that he knew nothing about, and he could have been encouraging others or his other patients wrongly as well. Could affect other people, so that's the only time. So I've always wanted to go find ALR, but I've had to stop myself when I make it to Oklahoma City because I don't want to cause anything, and you never know what ALR would do. And who wants her to bounce off of you? She did look better bald, I agreed. I think ALR's mom is trying to talk her into doing SSDI. I think if she tries, I know in the state of Oklahoma, it takes a minimum of 3 denials before you get approved. I know that was a fact when I was working in the field helping people file their paperwork for disability and stuff. That was 20 years ago, so things have changed drastically since then. But I know back in the day when I was working in the field helping people, they would tell me it took them 3 times until they got it. Like they were denied 3 times. So it will take her an awful long time to get it. And that process, the beginning process, is long. And I think she does not have the patience to wait that long. So, Foodie's gonna rage soon, in my opinion. What do you guys think? I mean, I think the dumping by Salah is in process, or she is starting to realize it's almost over. I think that's why she cut her hair. I think that's why she took off the job. And the, what's it called? Do you even detox from pot? I mean, you'd have to have some kind of detoxification from as much as she's been on. As the pot starts leaving her body because she doesn't have enough money to buy it, I think she's going to come to a realization that her life's shit and her rage is about to, an old-fashioned rage is about to kick off. I'm not going to say when, because I don't know when, but I think it's about to hit. I think we saw a little bit of it tonight when she was getting mad at some of the Beezers tonight. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, seafood pie. It's hard to get it. Because so many people are scammers. I mean, there are, people in every state that have tried to scam their way through to get SSI or disability of some sort. And it's sad that the people that have scammed the system has made it hard for the people that actually need it to get it. But it's just a protective thing. And kind of like with the narcotics here in the States, people are actually in pain. And some people smoke THC or eat THC that helps them. Some people take opiates, some get shots. Some people, and people are afraid, or doctors are afraid, or judges are afraid to approve those things for them because of the scammers and the addicts, and people just take advantage of the system, and that's sad. And that's just a small portion of the people that do it. Not saying everybody does, but it's just a small portion. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, my father-in-law broke his back while he was working. They lived in California, and he broke his back. He was a farmer, or he worked for a farmer, and he was climbing into a tractor, and he fell off and broke his back, and he was there for 5 hours. This was back in the day when there was no phone, cell phones, and he hadn't come in for lunch, so they went out to find him, and luckily he hadn't died, but he had a small heart attack, and he would have been disabled from that moment on, and it took him a long time to get on it. So it's just sad. I'm trying to think. Did QLR, did she get that job? Because I heard that she didn't, and then I heard that she did not. Do you think, do you think that it's going to be at home, or will she have to go to the place of business? Or do you guys think is it a real job? I've tried to get into QLR, but for some reason, I just see her as a snotty little teenager that I want to reach out and smack. Her brother, what I've seen of her brother or heard of her brother, he has a better personality than she does. I'd probably watch him more than I would her. You guys, I am about done with my walk. Let's see. Yes, I've walked 85 minutes. I started a little bit before I started the live. And I want to say thank you guys for coming out. I know I'm a horrible live streamer. I'm sorry. I don't have a computer, so I do all my stuff from the phone, and I do not do live streams at the house because my family should not be involved because they don't want to, and that's why I do things on my phone. And that's why I wish those 3 girls would know or learn boundaries, that you do things and keep things separate. And if you don't want to talk about it, you don't talk about it. You don't bring it up. You just move on. You ignore the question. You don't bitch about it. But I'm glad that they don't move on because the rages are good. But how many steps? Land designer, I will post that when I get home, about 11:30. If I move the live stream or mess with the live stream, I give Goose a hard time about messing or blocking me, but I am worse, 10 times worse. So if I touch it my phone will explode. So that's why I haven't looked at the steps yet. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming out and messing with me, giving me a hard time, keeping me company while I walk. It's 11:05 in the state of Oklahoma, p.m. the state of Oklahoma, and it's 40 degrees, and I am freezing my butt off. So thank you, and you guys are great. You're amazing. Have a good night. Thank you again. Bye.